Hey, what's up guys, Ravenclaw here and welcome to another guide on the Ravenclaw channel. Today we're going over macros and keybinds to help you out in your PvP world, and I suppose you can take this into PvE. Okay, so the big thing is with macros and why they are important is to limit the amount of spells that we have on our action bars, to sort of be a quick reference to multiple spells at once, and to sort of simplify the gameplay. Now, with hunters, we don't have that, that many skills that we use, but there are some helpful tricks that will help you out. For example, let's get into some targeting macros. The ones that I normally use, so yes, I'm on my shaman, but don't worry, because this can be translated over to your other classes as well. Let's have a look at this. Okay, so what we are doing, and on my hunter, is I use a focus kick. So, for example, let's, which one? Let's clear focus, just so I'm on the right one. All right, so this is my focus, and this is my main target. So here was, as far as wind shear goes, you can change that so that it says counter shot or whatever, but I want to explain these macros more than just say, here it is, type it up and go for it. Okay, so here's the thing. What we can do is we can allocate different conditions within these brackets here. Okay, so how it works is we've got the /cast. Now there are other ones like /target, /use, /say and party and emotions and all the other jazz, but we're looking at using abilities right now. Okay, so /cast, then in the conditions we are saying the target is a focus. Okay, so the target is our focus over here. Now it is a harmful spell, harmful to the enemy. Okay, for example, wind shear is, or our kick, we can't use it on our teammates. And the last condition saying if the focus exists. Okay, now if we clear the focus, right, we have no and we haven't got anything selected. Whoops. Right, we haven't got anything selected. We'll select ourselves. Okay, we obviously can't use our kick. Let's say now we'll go and add ourselves a target, focus, and we'll target this guy. All right, you saw that it hit our focus. Okay, so now let's test this exists. All right, so let's clear the focus. All right, so now we have no focus, but we still want to use wind shear on our main target. So let's say healer and mage. Mage is about to poly us. So let's just do that again. Okay, mage is about to poly us. We can then use on our main target. Okay, so this is awesome. For that way you don't have to go and switch and click and target different things. You can just keep on the main target. You see the healer's about to cast. You don't have to press any modifiers or anything like that, and just go bam, stop it. Okay, now you can do target equals party 1, the same thing, wind shear, party 2, party 3. This I found, and by the way, a lot of these I got off a player called Sidu. I'm sure you guys have heard of him, an awesome shaman and that. But I'm teaching you how they work as opposed to saying just grab this and do it. A few other cool things that you will be able to utilize is, for example, this is more so castable classes. Okay, once again, what we're looking at now is a new condition called a modifier. And what this says is, if I'm holding shift, then target my focus, then cast hex. Otherwise, cast hex. All right, so with this one, if I've targeted this guy here, but I want to hex my focus, as long as I'm holding down shift, that means I will be able to cast hex on this guy here whilst still pummeling the main target, or vice versa. If I don't hold shift, I can then hit this guy here. Now this is better for more of a controlled cast. If I was to use it the same way as our wind shear, we wouldn't have any control over it. It means we'd have to clear our focus every time. This gives us more of say I want this here or I want this here. It's that sort of thing. What else have we got? So more on the targeting. So you can target different types of things like Arena 1, Arena 3 pet, or things like that. So as long as you type in Arena 1, 2, or 3, that will show up on your Gladius or S Arena bars over here from top to bottom. And you can further increase it to say the pet of that one if you want to say taunt a hunter's pet off your healer or so on and so forth. You can also then go ahead and make that here party 1, 2, or 3. So party 1, 2, or 3, which will mean in order will be yourself, your first party member, second party member, and so on. Now this does get all screwed up when you get into arena. You've just got to make sure when you're in arena, I just go, let's cancel that, /who, you go to raid and it will see who's in what position. So that way you have a better idea of, you know, who to hit and whatever. But you can also hard code it and put the person's name in there. So that way, you know, when I press this, this is going to hit this person. If you're running with a set team, I suggest hard coding it, then doing dynamically like party 1, party 2, party 3. Let's talk about, perfect, cursors. This is actually a really good one I want to show you. Okay, so let us just create a group. Now I need to create a group, for a reason, okay? Let's get out of that, And the reason is I want to show you this. All right, let's have a look at this again. Now, this will work if you are in, if you are the raid leader or the party leader, okay? So in arenas, that does get changed, so make sure you get party leader if you want to utilize this sort of macro. I'll tell you why in a sec. So what we're looking at here is this @cursor. Okay, so what this means is when I press this particular macro, wherever my cursor may be, the ability will work. So for example, if I'm over here and I press it, watch what happens. So it drops my spirit link, and I can then, once I press it again, pop down a marker so people know where my spirit link or my, for example, my earth shield totem is right here. People stand in it. But what this is useful for hunters, let's say you've dropped a trap, okay, and let's say you've sort of teamed up with a random and your healer's running away and you want them to run over your trap. You can then go ahead and put down your trap and pop a paste on it as well to help you out in your battles. That way they have more of a visual reference of, all right, there it is, I'm going to go and get it. Especially if you've got no comms and all that other jazz. All right, now let us expand on this, okay? So, where is it? We'll get into cast sequence in a second. All right, so you've got another thing. Let's actually go here, okay? There is also something called a Mouseover, right? Mouseover is like this. All right, so Mouseover, let's just use Flame Shot. Okay, so right here we'll get rid of our focus and we'll select ourselves. So if I hit, let's go hover over this guy here, there you go, Flame Shock on that target. Then if I'm over here, but obviously it's on cooldown, but you get the idea over there. Now those two have Flame Shock. As soon as you hover over someone, then you can cast the ability, which is really cool because that way, for example, if you guys like to hover over, you can use your pet's sack on your team members. It also works when you hover over the particular party frame as well. There is also the way that you can do it as before. You can go target equals party 1, party 2, party 3, and apply your helpful abilities from there. Now, that leads me into another particular modifier called the help or harm modifiers. And this is actually pretty cool. So I'll show you how this sort of works. So let's just go help and then bracket harm. And these are pretty self-explanatory. So they say, obviously, if you're on an ally that you can help them with an ability, do it. But if you are targeting something that can be harmed by you, cast that. All right, so let's say, for example, on hunters, we've got our spirit men from our spirit beasts, right? In this case, let's just take, where is it? Riptide, okay? Now, we must place a semicolon between these, otherwise it won't work. And, okay, so let's just check this out. All right. Is it working? Yeah. Okay, so let's say the harmful ability could be Cobra Shot, but the helpful ability could be our Spirit Mend, or it could even be a Revive. So your pet's Battle Res or whatever. So obviously, you know, we're attacking away with our Cobra Shot, and we see our, you know, team member over here, or we'll say we're the team member, for example, getting targeted. So that way you can target them, and then when you press the ability again, it'll cast heal. So if you look down the bar, it changes based on those conditions. Okay, so help and harm. Now, if you look at my bars down here, I utilize this in a way that I can condense my abilities. As a shaman, we've got these, you know, attacks and our heals. Having it like this, so that way when I'm in an arena, I can target the enemy and just, you know, don't have to hold any modifiers. I can do some attacks, things like that. And then I can target myself or my team members and go on from there. Okay, let's get back into macros. So those are your sort of more simpler ways to do things. Let's say you wanted to do something in a sequence. So what we will do is we will go cast sequence. That's right, isn't it? Yeah. Cast sequence. Let's say we wanted to, where are we? We want to cast, say, where is it? Riptide. Then we wanted to do Healing Stream Totem. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll Riptide, then we'll Healing Stream Totem, then we'll Riptide, Healing Stream Totem. Okay. Now, this is all well and good if you wanted to do a couple of things over and over again. On a hunter, you know, it might be concussive shot and your Cobra Shot or arcane shot or whatever. These things you will figure out of what you would like to use it specifically for, but you know, it's up to you. All right, but there's another condition we can put here. We can go reset equals, say, 2 seconds. Okay. Well, we press it once, and then after a couple of seconds, it clicks back. This is good if you know that you're not going to be using a spell straight away, or if you want to use it on certain cooldowns. It just helps you cast it once after another. Now, I don't rely on cast sequence macros. I haven't used a cast sequence macros for ages. I think you can actually change it like this as well. You can do that. Yeah, so you can actually have it so when you change onto a target, it'll actually change the cast sequence, so it'll reset it. So you're on this target, you change the target, or reset. Little things like that. I just wanted to show you these sort of things because now in your mind you're probably thinking, actually, you know what? I could use that to do this or do that. That's what I want you guys to take away from this sort of guide. Something that you can go, you know what? I can use this in this situation, and so on and so forth. So as you can see, cast sequence here, what I use this one for is my water walking and my mount. Now let's have a look at what else you can utilize. Some other, these aren't amazing macros, but what you can do is, let's say you're in a particular, I don't know, you're in a arena with no comms or anything like that, but you wanted, what am I queued up for? Oh, that's right, that thing. Okay, but you wanted to be able to communicate something has happened, or you're doing something that you want them to know about. For example, let's say we can go use, where is it? Let's just go up here, let's go up here. Honorable Medallion, which changes when we're in an arena. But then what we can do is /S for say, trinket used. Now this, there are some macros that obviously do this dynamically, right? So what I'm showing you here is little tips and tricks that you can use. That you can do /P//R. It could be cooldowns used, it could be anything. It's just a little something that you can add to your gameplay that may help you out when you're doing sort of random arenas and things like that. What else have we got? Okay, a few things actually for you marksmen and other casting classes out there. This will be very beneficial. So what I can show you now is this particular one here. Stop casting. This is very helpful for, let's say you're in the middle of a cast and a chaos bolt's about to come to your face and your kick is on cooldown. What you want to do is you want to be able to stop casting and feign death, or stop casting and turtle. Okay, last thing you want to be doing in the middle of a cast and you're about to get one shot and you have to wait for the cast to finish. So what this does, it stops casting and then allows you to do something else. So let's just go ahead and bloop, go into our thing and we'll just get the old trusty healing tide totem. Okay, so let us start casting Lava Burst, and then when, as you can see, when I'm casting it, it stops casting. I'll do one more time. Stop casting and then place the ability. Okay, this is really good for defensives. Right in the middle of a cast, you say, especially for my shaman, in the middle of a cast and I want to pop my defensive straight away, it is important to be able to stop what you're doing. You can also do something like this for you warriors out there. Okay, you can also do cancel aura. You can do cancel aura means, let's say you're blade storming and you're about to get pummeled. You can cancel aura, which would be cancelling the blade storm, and I believe cancel aura also works for bops and other things like that, which will allow you to then get out of what you're doing and do something else. Okay, these are very helpful for you know, survivability and other things like that. The one that we can look at. Okay, so we've got stop casting, but you can also use /pet attack. All right, and what this would be helpful for is we've got our target here, okay, and we've got our off target here, but say we want to swap. Now now I control my pet separately, but I used to have my pet attack and then I would have Cobra Shot. Okay, so no matter who I hit, my pets will follow along with me. Now I like to control them myself, but this is very handy for people out there that, you know, especially if they swap and they find that if your pet's stuck on this target here and you're fighting this guy and you press kill command, your pets are going to bite this guy's face. So having this will make sure that your pets are on point no matter where you are. Okay, so now we've got that out of the way. I will, if you guys want to know anything else, let me know down below and I will help you write custom macros in the comments. But last thing I wanted to talk about was targeting and keybinds and whatnot. My keybinds are pretty specific to how I like to play, but if we go to targeting, okay, as a healer, it's important to be able to target without having to click on your raid frames and unit frames and all that stuff. What I like to do is I have bound my, so when I press, so I've got a, one of the Corsair mice that have the buttons on the side. Okay, so if I hold shift and I press number 2, it'll target the, why is it not working now? Okay, seems to have stopped. Oh, hold on a second. Oh, there we go. Okay, so as you can see, if I click me, it'll target the nearest target that I'm facing. Okay, so that's the best way. If I'm, you know, fighting this guy and we're going to swap, I can switch to this guy here. Doing this will enhance your gameplay a lot. It stops you having to click over here, especially if there's like a demonology lock with a bajillion imps. Okay, you don't want to be clicking through all that crap to be able to get to what you want. Especially if you're doing a quick swap and then you want to kick or whatever, but you know, you have your focuses and things like that. You can also, if we go back into the keybinds, okay, so we go here and go to keybinds, you can see that you can target party member 1, 2, or 3, or you can arena 1, 2, 3, arena pet, party pet, other things like that. So it's entirely up to you. Get used to being able to target things without clicking them. It makes the gameplay a lot smoother. Now, the last thing that I can probably suggest, and what I like to do, is I like to keep everything quite close. And what I mean by that is, everything is basically around my W key, all right? You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, Q, E, A, D, S. I've unbound my S key. I highly suggest you guys do that too. The reason being is because we don't really need to walk backwards ever, but you have free up another key to do something important. Maybe it could be a turtle. You've got that emergency key right in the middle of your movement keys, and bam. Keep everything close together and get used to a different style of playing, because once you master the targeting and, you know, target yourself, target players, things like that, your gameplay will increase, especially for you guys that really want to push higher in the arena scene. Doing things like this are what all the higher rated players are doing. I hope that I haven't missed anything major. If I have, please let me know. Or if you have an idea of a certain macro you would like to use, I'll write them all down and I probably will do another guide on it. But that is pretty much it in the way of writing your own macros and sort of joining different things together. Let me know what you think down below, and until next time guys, keep on sniping and I'll see you all very soon.